Everyday life in the Soviet Union, the shopping runaround. The author Hendrik Smith was head of the New York Times office in Moscow from 1971 to 1974. The following passage is adapted from Mr. Smith's book the Russian, which was published in 1976 by Quadrangle, the New York Times Books Company. 1. I had heard about customer shortage before going to Moscow, but only when we began to shop there did the Russian customer problems really have meaning for me. Customer rewards over wedding lines, but Soviet lines have a special quality or their own. Typically, the Soviet woman speaks 2 hours a day in lines, 7 days a week. Personally, I have known of people who stood in line 19 minutes to buy 4 pineapples and 3.5 hours to buy 3 lens hit to Quebec, only to find the Quebec were gone as they approached the front of the line. Lines can run from a few yards to nearly a mile. Some friends of ours watched a line of people in Moscow signing up to buy rooms. The line lasts 2 days and nights and ran for across all drug and apartment development. 2. In spite of all of this, the natural reaction of a Russian woman when she sees a line forming is to get in it immediately, even before she knows what is being sold. However, Soviet lines are more fluid tha- than they appear. It's more store, for example, shoppers must stand in not one but 3 lines for any purchase. The first to select in forecast and find out it spreads the second to pay a cashier somewhere else in the store and get a receipt, and the third to go pick up the forecast and turn in the receipt. 3. But in dairy store, one morning I point out that the game is both simple and more complex than that. I went in to buy some cheese, butter, and bolognese sauces, which were in 3 separate departments, each with its own lines, 9 lines. 4. Rather quickly, though, I noticed that experienced shoppers were skipping the first stage. They knew that what most item code, so they went directly to the cashier for their receipt. After studying Fritz, I did that too. Then I went to the cheese line, the longest, probably 20 people to get the worst over with first. I was in line less than a minute when the woman in front of me asked me to hold her pledge. She dart up, up to the butter and milk line. The cheese line was moving so slowly that she got her butter and milk and returned before we had advanced 3 feet. I decided to take the risk too, and I got back with my butter while the cheese line was still in sing-along. 5. Then it suddenly occurred to me that all over that store, people were getting into line, holding plates, leaving, returning. Everyone was using the cheese line at home base. That's why it was barely moving. It kept expanding in the middle, so I got the man behind me to hold my place, and I went up to buy my bolognese once again. It worked. It took me 22 minutes to buy butter, sauces, and cheese, but instead to being furious, I feel as if I had beaten the system. 6. This comparative shopping gives an atmosphere of tension to recent life. People barge into store and bump into each other, which page sit in combative expression. You have to understand side and kind, gray-haired person. That's for as long as we can remember, shopping has been struggle. Life is a struggle. 7. There is hardly any effective at purchasing to help suffer. American complain about the constant commercial in the United States, but they might reconsider if they were exports to the customer blackout in Russia or typical Soviet. It might be if you want to live to arrive all age and be beautiful, modern, strong, and truthful. Drink tea. Most newspapers publish without the the software has no handling yellow page or daily newspaper supermarket on department store ads to help her decide where to shop. 8. Bribery is widespread. Low page, 80 dollars to $20 monthly slash scale take a portion of attractive items and sell them secretly to regular customers who have either left a bribe in advance to or can be counted on to pay a high price on delivery, then to 15 rubles on a 60 rubles. Raincoat and standard in 1976 to ruble was equivalent to 1.62 9. So common is this practice that the Soviet spread is always complaining about it, but it does do any good. Crocodile, the Soviet Homer magazine once showed and department store employee promoting some newly arrived item. Their customer in the leather goods department 500 imported women's purses have been received 450 of them have been bought by store employees. 49 are under the counter and have been ordered in advance from friend. One purse is in the display window. We invite you to visit the leather department to buy this purse.